I was a part of group chat, and this girl, she asked all of us to rate, like, grade money, happiness, health, and love, and the criterias. And now you go to the cash counter and you realize that, oh, I have to ask someone else to pay the money for this. Yes, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about money. And you might think that I'm so materialistic. I am so materialistic to talk about it, but I must tell you, I love money, and you all should. Hi, it's 2 a.m. right now. I can't help but create this video because for the last few hours I've been thinking about something. It's on my mind. So I really need to share it with you guys, and I hope that you would listen. Imagine going to a cafe. Imagine going to a bookstore or your favorite spot where you go and get a dress for yourself. You have decided on everything, the color, the size, and it looks so good on you. You've already tried it, and now you are on the cash counter and you need to pay the bill. In that moment, you realize, oh, I need to ask someone else to pay this money for me. I need to ask someone else to pay me so that right now I can purchase it and take it home with me. Now imagine this. At that very moment, all of your choices are being controlled by that one person who pays the bill. In that moment, it's not about the coffee or the book or the outfit. It's about freedom. It's all about freedom. It's about the freedom of choice. You have given the access to your freedom to the person who's paying your bills. Right now, all I want to talk about is how are you independent when you do not have your own money? Take a scenario. When we talk about today's time, when we talk about, let's say, your father is looking for a groom, groom for yourself right now, and he says that he makes X amount of money. He is not flexing the person or not flexing the amount of money he makes. He's flexing his capabilities, his potential. Anyone who is making money, who is creating money, who has money, it's not materialistic. That person has potential. Money is directly proportional to your potential, right? Because in this era, right now, if you're not making your own money, you are not independent. Anyone who's paying your bills, who's paying your rent, who's paying for your groceries, owns you. So if you do not want to be owned by some other person, you need to have your own money. And I do have an experience to share with you. I'm not talking about on the surface level. I have a personal experience from this. I met one of my old friend, and she's a married friend. All her decisions, everything is controlled by her family because she decided to get married. She decided to do everything for them. Even if she decides to work and give them the money, even then they're going to own her because they are the breadwinner. According to them, they are paying for the rent, they are paying for the bills, the groceries, everything. So they own her in some way or the other. Money doesn't define who you are, your character, your values, your kindness. That's you. Nobody can change that. But money does define your potential, your capabilities. How much you own in your bank account doesn't define you, but it defines what you have, how much potential you have. My friend, even if she starts working now, even if she starts working, she will not have that same identity that she used to have. Money holds the highest value. I was a part of group chat, and this girl, she asked all of us to rate, like, grade money, happiness, health, and love, and the criterias. Can you imagine what I did? I I had put health on the first place. The second place was money. The third place was family or happiness, and the fourth place was love. Why? Because do I not care about love? Yeah, of course I do. But before that, I care more about my family. I care more about my health. I care more about my education, my money, and everything. My education, my hobbies, everything is directly proportional to the money I make. If I do not earn, I do not have a say. If I do not earn, I do not have the self confidence to go out and buy something for myself. If I do not earn, I will not be able to stand tall and tell people how to earn. Money plays an important role, not just in your education, but in your career as well. So, whatever career you choose, if you make money, you will have the freedom to choose to leave that career aside and choose something new. Imagine a scenario you are living in an apartment and the apartment is so shitty, you don't want to live there anymore, but that rent is paid by your parents or your partner or someone else. So eventually you will have to adjust because it's going to be difficult asking them. It's going to be a favor and it's going to be a burden on them. You don't want to bother them. But if it's your case, you would move out because you have the money, right? Let alone all of this. Imagine a scenario of an emergency. Imagine you have a sudden emergency and the health issue is, someone in your family is in need. But you can't take action right now because you don't have the money. You cannot sign that contract right away because you do not have the money. Everything is related to your money. Everything. So before you judge someone else to that they are prioritizing money over everything else, or friendships or love or everything else, they're not wrong. They are not wrong at all. Because in the beginning, in your initial stage, you need money to survive. And survival is the most important thing in this world. If you cannot survive, everything goes into vain. The example of the friend I gave you, she will make enough money to pay for everything, her kids' education, her own education, her parents, her groceries, her rent, but people will own her. That's why you need to take your own decisions as soon as you can. You need to take your decisions and you need to make your own choices. As long as you have your money, you have your control over yourself. Otherwise, someone else will control you. That's it in today's video, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care of yourself and subscribe to my channel if you like the video. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.